Hi, this is a meat lover's pizza pie. And I'm calling it a pie because it's made in a pie crust shell and it's deep dish more along the lines of a Chicago style pizza. It's got pepperoni, ground beef, Italian sausage, bacon. You want to see how I made this in under an hour? Keep watching. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make a meat lover's pie, pizza pie. And I'm calling it a pie because I'm using pie crust, store-bought. It's not a deep dish, so I'm going to only be using half a pound of sweet Italian sausage and half a pound of ground beef. I'm going to cook about 3 strips of bacon in the microwave. Welcome to my channel. I'm Jennifer, the channel of quick, easy weeknight meals. People who don't want to cook, don't have time to cook. I got some parchment paper. I got some beans. I bought these today just to weigh this down. I'm going to bake that. I don't want the bottom to be soggy. So I've got my oven preheating to 425. I'm going to put that pie crust in the oven for 15 to 18 minutes with the beans, take it out, put it back in, lower the temp to 375 and cook it for another 2 to 5 minutes. And then it'll be all set while I'm browning my beef. I'm going to also be using store-bought sauce. I've got some Prego. I also have some Kettle I have in the fridge that I have left over. I'm going to use that. I like to spruce up my sauce that I buy in the jar. I'm going to use some fennel seeds. I got some black pepper, some Italian seasoning. I've got some basil. I'm going to be using some seasoning salt. I got pepperoni. I've got freshly grated Parmesan cheese I'm going to grate on top, and mozzarella. So it assembles just like a pizza. You put the meat at the bottom and you layer in between 2 layers of meat, the mozzarella cheese. Then top it with the pepperoni, the bacon, and a little bit of the meat. And put it back in the oven. Well, put it in the oven and cook it for about 45 minutes. And you've got a pizza pie. So I'm going to get everything set up. Let's get cooking. Okay, I put my parchment paper inside my pie crust, and I put my northern beans in there. And just so you know, you can reuse these over and over as baking beans, but you just can't cook with them. So I usually use rice, so I just bought a bag of northern beans. So I'm just waiting for my oven to get to 450. And I put it on some foil. Too lazy to use a baking sheet today. Okay guys, I'm going to start browning my meat. This is half of the package of ground beef, and I did wipe that off with Clorox wipe before I cut it. And that's a little bit more than half of the Italian sausage. My husband's a fan of Italian sausage. You can use 100% ground beef if you don't do pork. But I'm just going to go ahead and get this ground up quickly. This only takes a few minutes. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm Jennifer Mallory. Welcome to my channel. I upload 2 videos a week. Always include an inspirational quote and tell a controversial joke at the end. I don't know if you guys are a fan of this meat thing. If you are, let me know down below if you don't like it. It's a pain in the butt to keep scraping. Okay guys, my meat is browned. I forgot to tell you, I will be using some garlic. Sorry about that. About a heaping teaspoon, I would say. Let that cook for just about a minute. Get the raw taste out. And I am going to scoop out some of the meat to add on top of the pie, so it'll look like a real pizza before I add the sauce. Just to the top of it, just sprinkle on top. Now I'm going to add my leftover kettle that I have from my last recipe. I don't know if I told you guys my trick. I like to sit it upside down. That way you can get the last of the sauce out. My favorite, I always add fennel to my Italian food. We love it. Gives it that extra Italian flavor. Seasoning salt. Black pepper. dried basil, my Italian seasoning. I'm going to add some more sauce to this. As you see, my pie crust is cooked, par baked. It's not completely cooked, but it keeps the bottom from being soggy. So I'm going to just let this saute for about 15 minutes and let all the flavors come together. My oven is at 375, and I apologize. Technically, you do this with a deep dish. I was not paying attention, guys, and this is not a deep dish pie shell. So feel free to use more meat and use a deep dish shell. Unlike the girl who forgot and wasn't paying attention. And then here, I want to add the cheese. Crunch up some bacon. This is a meat lover's pizza pie. This is the crumpled up meat without the sauce. Make it look like a real pizza. Okay, I'm going to put this in the oven at 375 for about 30 minutes. I forgot my favorite part, the grated Parmesan. Makes it more like pizza. Apologize for that, guys. This is fresh Parmesan. Now it's ready for the oven. There you guys have it. This is Meat Lover's Pizza Pie. I'm calling it a pie because it's made in a store-bought pie crust. Comes together in about 1 hour. You have to brown the meat, and I did par bake my crust, meaning I baked it twice. I baked it at 425 for 15 minutes. Then I lowered the temperature to 375 for 5 minutes. And I've got bacon, sausage, ground beef, pepperoni, and Italian sausage. So let me tell you guys my joke. An older couple were lying in bed one night. The husband was falling asleep, but the wife was in a romantic mood and wanted to talk. She said, "You used to hold my hand when we were courting." Wearily, he reached across, held her hand for a second, and tried to get back to sleep. A few minutes later, she said, "Then used to kiss me." Mildly irritated, he reached across and gave her a peck on the cheek and settled down to sleep. 30 seconds later, she said, "Used to bite my neck." Angrily, he threw the covers back, got out of bed. She said, "Where are you going?" He said, "I'm going to get my teeth." Oh my goodness. Well, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, and share. You can add anything, green peppers, onions, black olives, whatever you want to this pizza. My husband only eats meat lovers, so that's why I have to be very selective of what I add to the pizza. So that's why I have bacon, pepperoni, Italian sausage, and ground beef. So you can definitely make this your own, make your own crust, use your own sauce. I'm just showing a quick, fast, easy way to get dinner on the table and have a pseudo Chicago style deep dish pizza. So anyway, love you guys, God bless, and hope to see you on the next one.